Hello everyone. Welcome to week 4 of Law Enforcement Organization and Administration. Today we are going to discuss the different police forces in the modern world and make comparison of them. We are also going to explain the important philosophies and theories in the police service and differentiate old from modern concept of police service. So our topic, police in the modern world and theories and philosophies in the police service. Let us start discussing police force in the United States. There are about 40,000 separate police agencies in the United States that operates under city, country, state, or federal governments. Police officers in U.S. are often called the cops. During the late 1800s, they were called constables. The word cop may have come from the acronym COP, which stands for Constable on Patrol. There are four types of police in U.S. First, we have the city police. These are mainly responsible for enforcing the law in their own city. New York City has the largest city police department in the United States, about 29,000 police officers. A small town may have a police force of only 2 police officers. In most cities, the mayor appoints the head of the police department. These officials may have the title of a chief, commissioner, director, or superintendent. Other ranking police officer includes sergeants, inspectors, captains, majors, lieutenants, and lieutenant colonels. Then we have the country police. The powers of a country police force extend throughout the country. In some states, however, these powers are restricted in towns and cities that have their own forces. Sheriff, elected by the people, is the chief law enforcement office in most countries. A sheriff will appoint his deputies or men. Then we have the third type of police in US. We have the state police. Every state except Hawaii has either a state police force or a state highway patrol force. Both types of agencies are headed by a commissioner or superintendent appointed by the state governor. State police enforce state laws. They are called troopers because they were originally along military lines and often rode horses. Federal law enforcement agencies include the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So, the Federal Bureau of Investigation is the chief investigation branch of the United States Department of Justice. It investigates federal crimes and handles cases involving stolen money or property that has been taken from one state to another. Then we have the National Crime Information Center. This is a computerized information system that stores records on wanted persons and stolen properties. This is operated by the FBI based in Washington, D.C. Then we have the fourth type of police in the U.S. We have private agencies. These are licensed by federal state government to perform limited types of police work. Industrial security police guard factories and warehouses. Campus police protect the people and property of colleges and universities. private investigative agencies provide detective services to individuals and businesses. The earliest private agency was licensed by the federal state government was the Pinkerton. So that is the earliest private agency that was licensed by the federal government. Ulitin ko, it was called Pinkerton. The private detective agency was founded by Alan Pinkerton. Other federal police agencies in the United States of America, we have the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we have the Drug Enforcement Agency, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. We have the U.S. Marshals that arrest or who arrest fugitives in the entire USA. U.S. Secret Service, we implement the laws on counterfeiting dollars. Then we have Central Intelligence Agency, Internal Revenue Services, and Immigration and Naturalization Services. We'll proceed to the existing national police agencies around the world. So, in many countries, the national government directs the police system and maintains a national police force. Let us first talk about Canada. Canada has national, provincial, and city police forces. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police Force enforces federal laws throughout Canada. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police provides service on a contract basis to about 175 cities. Members of the RCMP are traditionally called Mounties, though they now ride horses, no? Only in special ceremonies. For their daily assignment, they travel in cars, snowmobiles, helicopters, and vehicles. Then we have Great Britain. British police system is organized into about 50 large forces that are connected with local governments. These forces operate under the direction of the national governments. The London Metropolitan Police serve Greater London except for an area that is called the City of London, which has its own force. The headquarters of the Metropolitan Police is now called New Scotland Yard. The name Scotland Yard is often used to refer to the Criminal Investigation Department of the Metropolitan Force. Then let us talk about Australia. Australia, for each of its 6 states and 2 mainland territories in Australia, it has a police force. Australia has a national police force, which is the Commonwealth Police Force. Then we have France. The national law enforcement agency in France is the Sûreté Nationale. The Sûreté Nationale forms part of the Ministry of the Interior police officers called gendarmes, which serves as a military police and provide police services in rural areas. Then let us talk about Russia. The Ministry of Internal Affairs is in charge of providing general police services. It also provides borders, guards, and investigate activities considered a threat to the security of the national government. Then we have China. A national police force is called the People's Police, is directed locally by provincial public security bureaus. These bureaus functions under the Ministry of Public Security and the agency of the national government. Then let us proceed to Interpol. What is Interpol? Interpol's official name is International Criminal Police Organization. So it is an international organization of police forces of about 194 countries. That is as of 2015. So it could be that there are additional countries already. Members of the Interpol exchange information about international criminals and cooperated in fighting transnational crimes as counterfeiting, smuggling, and illegal buying and selling weapons. Its headquarters is found in the city of Lyon, France. For the Philippines, we have President Julie Bugarin, a Filipino citizen who became Interpol's president on 1980 to 1984. Let us find out the existing police agencies in the Philippines. So alam kong alam nyo, we have the PNP, it. The recognized national police force in the Philippines is the Philippine National Police. This is by far the latest name of the agency with national in scope. The PNP was established by Republic Act 6975. I'm sorry, merong 75 yan. Kung ayaw So I repeat, the existing police agency in the Philippines is the Philippine National Police, and this was established by Republic Act number 6975, the PNP law of 1991, as the nation's leading law enforcement agency under the Department of Interior and Local Government. Its original name was the DILG Act of 1990. So this means that this law was approved in 1990 by then President Corazon C. Aquino on December 13, 1990. More than 7 years later, with the objective to modernize and professionalize the PNP, former President Fidel Valdez Ramos approves a new Police Act, which is the Republic Act number 8551, otherwise known as the PNP Reform Reorganization Act of 1998. This law still supports the concept that the PNP is the primary law enforcement organization in the Philippines, which is national in scope and civilian in character. We have other significant police agencies here in the Philippines. We have the National Bureau of Investigation, Land Transportation Office, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, Metro Manila Development Authority, the Police Anti-Crime Emergency Response Team, Anti-Kidnapping Law under Article 267, Revised Penal Code as amended by Republic Act 7659. Let us proceed to the theories and philosophies, concepts in the police service. So, theories of police service. First, we have the home role theory. So, under the home role theory, policemen are considered as servants of the community who depend on their effectiveness in performing their functions. Then you have the continental theory. Under the continental theory, policemen are considered as servants of higher authorities. The people have little or no share at all in their duties, nor have any direct connection with them. Concepts of police service. Under the old concept, the public look at policemen as more effective if they conduct numerous arrests in place behind bars what they have arrested. So this is done through the use of reactive patrol. It is usually done by police officers who will react on crime that already occurred and will suppress it. Then we have the modern concept. Under the modern concept, the public look at policemen as more effective in the absence of crime. Police functions are not limited to arresting offenders or to other matters dealing with offenders. Police functions at present include public service. So, the modern concept of police service is done through proactive patrol, which means that the police officer will conduct patrol or any police visibilities that will deter or stop the occurrence of crime or will prevent the occurrence of crime or opportunity to commit crime. Okay? So, I repeat, yun yung proactive patrol wherein our police patrol officers are deployed within the community, no? Their visibility or kung sila ay nakikita ng mga would-be offender or criminal, it will stop them from committing the crime. Diba? So, pag may bantay, takot gumawa ng krimen ang mga kriminal. So, that is proactive. More on prevention. So, this ends our slide. I just hope you have learned many things for your activity. For your activity, I gave you multiple choices as usual. So again, apply elimination process. So you will come up with the nearest and the correct answer. And then for the multiple choices, for the essay, I will advise you to refer to suggested readings for additional input aside from viewing and listening a while ago to our discussion and reading your module. Please also refer to suggested readings that I gave you there in your references so you can have an additional input. Thank you and good day.